What's up, guys? Welcome into the Funshop podcast with Greg and Ronnie. We're streaming to you live from Los Angeles, California. What's up, Greg? How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Just
Feeling
had some
all right?
good. Just had some good lunch. Some garlic noodles with tofu.
Little Asian fare.
Had our favorite shout out Chateau Lemongrass.
Yeah, shout out to our favorite local Eagle Rock Vietnamese eatery.
Yeah, I just like it because it's always fresh.
Fresh. That's Subway. Eat fresh.
No, Subway isn't real food.
Lemongrass is
I mean,
kinda
no
fresh.
offense, but it's just like, it's like you always know like they're gonna have like fresh stuff because like they're always busy. They're cooking. It actually takes time.
It always is. It's nice to get a little soda chan, little lemon soda, little fried calamari salad.
Yeah,
we should we review the weekend real quick? Not much to say. We went to Topanga, went to Torrance.
Torrance, bought a bunch of crap like usual. I did actually. The coolest thing I got was I did find this this album, this rockers.
That's right.
Like ticket stub album from like concerts they went to in LA from like 79 to like 88, and got some early Metallica tickets. I was one. So their second show was, I guess, March 27th, 1982 at Whiskey A Go-Go. They opened for this metal band called Saxon.
Okay.
And Saxon had played the night before. And so I got the ticket from the night before, and I was like pissed because I was like, motherfuckers, why couldn't you go to the second show?
Okay.
Because I could have made more money.
Yeah, they should have done that for Greg.
They should have did it for me. But it was cool. And I think the guy was in a band called Take Heed. Even though the way the font looked, I thought it said Cakehead.
Okay.
And I was like, that's not very metal.
Blame the graphic designer
anyways.
for that one.
But we have some very special guests today on the podcast.
Let me give them the camera.
There they are.
Got Bibliomancers and Nooners books. So it's up. Do we give them a little golf clap?
Give them a golf clap. Can
welcome
we
into
say
the
your
Fun
real
Shop.
names too, or no?
Oh, I'm Crystal.
Astralizing Crystal. So
Government name.
Yeah, I'm really excited because you're our. I love having guests in the podcast because then if not, it's just Ronnie and I just.
Oh yeah, today's our 21st show, November 26th. They are our what?
Oh.
Our third. Are they our
fourth guests? Yeah.
Are we
that's
after
right.
Terry?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So
Honored.
it was Johnny Ryan,
Oh, I didn't count Johnny. That's
Ed
right.
Culver,
Sorry, Johnny.
Terry Stroud, and now Analog Outlaw.
Wow.
Yeah.
So pretty
Fourth
excited.
guest is a fourth
That's
and
some
fifth.
incredible.
Yeah,
Fourth. Oh yeah, and this is
Yeah.
our first time having two people, so I'm glad to see there's enough room on the Naga hide couch.
Yeah.
The couch is comfy.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's Naga hide.
Yeah, I can tell.
So why don't for people that don't know, like, tell us what is Analog Outlaw?
It is an analog media show that James and I have started since Astralize and I have started 2024, right? August 2024 was our first show.
Was it 2020? I thought it was 2023.
No, I think it was 2024. But it's an analog market that is primarily books, records, photographs, any kind of analog media. We celebrate the analog media at Analog Outlaw.
And this is going to be the third show.
Our third show. Mm-hmm.
And I was actually set up this album to be at all of them. This is my third time, and this one though, it seems like you guys really are kind of like getting your groove. It feels like it's kind of, like it just seems like you have more stuff going on. So I like to eat. I was excited that you guys are going to have, the.
Oh yeah, we're super stoked about that.
I want to take credit for that too.
Yeah,
because,
that's all June.
That Vietnamese place is my jam. I've been going there for over a decade.
Yeah,
and they never do events. Like the owner was like literally only doing it because I asked him to do it. So
Awesome.
I'm stoked for that.
Yeah, it's because it's also like in a part of town where it's not like you can really just like walk outside and grab something to eat too.
Yeah.
And it's such a, it's only, so it's one day, it's 12 to 5. So it's actually you kind of want to be there the whole time. You don't really want to like leave because
get food,
Yeah.
there's just so much stuff. So what do you guys like? Tell us about some of the guests you have, or some of the stuff you're excited for.
So Chris and I are really dialed in on bringing creating a space that is not really touched upon here. So we have acid free, we have printed matter, we have the
zine fair,
we have the paperback book.
We're kind of in
convention.
that. There's like this mid market, and I don't mean it like mid, but like, it's like zine fairs and like art book fairs, and there's kind of nothing in between that. And there's so many incredible vendors, dealers that kind of live in that middle space. And it's like you're kind of relegated to like the internet or like PCC or Rose Bowl. And like those things are cool, but like, why isn't there kind of a market that's catering to this like very interesting part of culture? And
also too, it's a lot of kind of gatekeepery too. Some of the book fairs, you have to know somebody to get in, or a lot of the vendors that we have, especially Nooners, is adult content.
So I'm not welcome in most places.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That kind of goes with the whole. That's like the outlaw kind of, which I like that, because it kind of says, we don't really. We're not we're kind of letting people sell what they sell. Obviously, it's curated, but there might be some smut. There might be some serial killer stuff.
Yeah.
There might be things that make people uncomfortable, and there also just might be just like cool art books and zines. So it's
all welcome.
It's all
yeah.
And we're like, I know that there's, I think, other fairs that have a list of kind of things that you're not allowed to bring.
Right.
And there's no restrictions.
No restrictions.
Well,
unless it's
like don't get us arrested. I don't want to end up on a list.
Yeah.
But
Why are you looking at me? When
I'm just saying, like I'm looking at you because
I know that I'm feeling it.
But yeah, it's all valid. It's all valid. And
I think one of my favorite things, the one down in Frogtown when we were there, was that Zebulon?
Yeah.
I had bought a from the Secret Headquarters guys. Did I say that right? Secret Headquarters. Okay, I thought I said it kind of Asian-y. But I had bought a pack of cards. Are you okay, officer? Or whatever.
Oh, like the burning cop cards.
Like every card was a different photograph of a cop car on fire.
Yeah.
And I had to go, after I bought a few packs, I had to go on the website and buy like an entire box. I'm like, this is the coolest card set I've ever seen in my life. So.
Yeah.
Dave Ritchie did that from Rubbish. Secret Headquarters.
That's what I like about the show you guys are doing,
stuff.
because it does, that's the kind of stuff you want to, like, that's the kind of good mix where it's like, you want, like, I'm more into the vintage stuff, and, but like when you see something like that's new, but it's like people get it, it just has it works well,
That's what I think Crystal and I is our superpower, is she's coming from the vintage and arena, and I'm coming more of like because of Bibliomancers and because of my small press. I want to celebrate the other small presses that are local and have that same mentality of that outlaw mentality.
Doing interesting stuff.
Yeah, that can't get in fucking printed matter or can't get in these other fairs. Which, no shade on those fairs, because they're fucking rad. And but we were offering this thing where it's combining both of these elements that whether we love.
We basically created a fair, so I had a place to sell it.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
No, I mean that's valid, because up until like 3 or 4 years ago, I mean, you could pretty much sell anything on eBay. And there was actually a flourishing market.
I mean, that's kind of the impetus for Nooners, is that I was making money on eBay as like a no-one seller.
Right.
And then once I got kicked off a number of times, I had to like take matters into my own hands. And start a website and do all that other kind of stuff.
I don't know you guys feel, but I've also just in general, I feel like people, whether it's just a generational thing or just, I mean, it is a generation thing, but I think there's also, like, people want to go out more these days. I think they want to experience things. I think they want to, like, feel things in person. They want to, they want to talk to people, they want to find out about new things, because I think a lot of people realize now it's like, okay, there's only so much you can actually find on the internet, and and then you kind of just like, it sort of stops. But then, once you kind of like leave that and actually go to like a fair or a space, I mean, you could just, your like eyes and mind could just be open to something like totally new.
I mean, I think it's a lot of things. I think it's that. I also think a lot of people have like internet jobs, where you're kind of online all day and you're not really seeing like any kind of like fruit of your labor. Whereas like if you were like an electrician or something, you do your job and the light works. Or if like you're online all day, there's kind of nothing to show for it. And I think physical media also is like, shows that you exist. Like, I'm here, I have a personality, I have taste, these are things that I'm interested in. And I think all of those things are kind of coming into play. Like, I work at a used bookstore, and like the amount of young people that buy CDs blows my mind.
Yeah, that I was kind of telling you guys before, because I did the the rare book fair at Union Station, and because of the connection to like the new Guillermo del Toro movie and Netflix, it attracted a lot of younger kids, where generally when I've done the show, it's more institutional buyers. And it kind of opened my eyes to me and made me, I mean, obviously I was already planning to do Analog Outlaw, but I was like, man, I was like, I really think there's a lot more opportunities for for people like us that that have these that deal in kind of like this sort of esoteric or obscure, unobtainium, whatever you want to call it. It's about, I think like a fair like this is also like a good place where, you're not, everybody's there.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah. I mean, but everyone's cool, like sometimes, even if you go to like the printed matter fair, you might get a little intimidated by, some of the booths, everything's in like glass cases and stuff. And look, there's a time and place for all that. But I think there also needs to be a place where, like you said, it's like the gateway to, I mean, you can go as deep as you want. I mean,
Yeah.
I think too, with how we're curating the show, it's setting up all these different arenas, all these different avenues. So you have esoteric dealers, you have people that are dealing with vintage erotica, you have just what y'all are bringing. You have all these different elements, but they all, like if you had a Venn diagram of everything that's going to be at Analog Outlaw, if you look at them separately, like how do these things match up?
Yeah.
But then like, oh, this is where they connect. It's like the connective tissue.
Yeah.
That we're bringing all these different communities that, oh, I only go to this book fair, I only go to the art book fair, I only go to the paperback, but we have all walks of life.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Like people,
So
there's
it's
vendors here
intersection.
that will vend at the paperback show, and that's, or like Terry Stroud, which I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Super.
I mean,
Thank
I've
you
known
for the
Terry
connection.
for such a long time, and like he is. I also think just like intergenerational dealing is like vendors is so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah,
Like-
no. Oh, go
Like
ahead.
having vendors that are like of different age groups is, I think, so interesting. Like there's so much to learn
Dude.
from each other.
Yeah, I don't know if you were able to listen to the podcast.
I
that we
did.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I, knowing Terry for years, I didn't realize that like the first show he did was when he was 15.
Which is so
So crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, it's just, especially now that he's like in his 70s.
Yeah.
It is crazy, and it's awesome too because you really, you learn everything and have seen things go, up and down as far as like trends or value and things like that.
And he's kind of an interesting one because I feel like he's someone that we all buy stuff from.
yeah.
So like there will be stuff on a lot of our tables that we got from Terry.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's funny even going through my stuff like when I'm cataloging or I'm looking for, okay, I got to go in this bin and pull some stuff to put in my store. I'm erasing his like pencil marks. Like, I could totally tell if I bought it from Terry just because of you could just his penmanship or whatever.
His mark.
His mark, yeah. Which actually is really cool because the more you start like dealing and you kind of see how things like get passed around or things collections get broken up and end up in different places. So I also I was like looking at the flyer again. You're gonna have a tintype photographer.
Oh yeah, Sonny
Yeah.
Mills.
So that was a cool idea.
She's rad.
She's rad. I've known her for a couple of years, and she has been doing tintype for a while. And we tried to get her to come to the first one, but there was like a schedule conflict. And it's a cool project she's doing. But yeah, she'll be set up inside. I think she's going to have a bit of a sign-up sheet, so you can sign up to get a tintype, but it will mostly be first come, first serve.
Gotcha.
And I believe that I talked to her on Monday, I believe that she's actually hand painting a special background for this event.
What?
Yeah. It's going to be such.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got to sit still for a long time for those types of photos?
No, because she's doing it inside and she's using a flash.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be quick.
Oh, okay,
Because
cool.
if you do it outside, I think in natural light, it takes longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you should get one with Freddie. I have one that I had with Romy like years ago. But yeah, you can't even see him. He's like, he moved and his head's just all shaky or
I
whatever.
see. Yeah, that's why I'm curious about
But,
that.
yeah,
the
it looks-
movement for that.
But I think
I'd like
the
to get one with
inside
the dog.
will be like a quick one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
Yeah,
You
very
should
cool.
you should dress up as a Civil War soldier.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Union or Confederate.
That's up to you, bro.
maybe like a half, like a.
Maybe.
Or you
Yeah.
can have Fred. You could be Union. Freddie could be Confederate.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Those are black and white, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
you-
sepia-y kind of.
Yeah.
but you can. I mean, you could hand tint it if you wanted to. And if you wanted to learn how to.
No.
tint a
I'm
photo.
trying to do all that jazz. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So and I don't know what else like who what else is are you
Anne
excited-
Magnuson.
Yeah, kind of a big thing
is coming.
is Anne Magnuson.
Yeah.
She's leaving town. She's moving.
She's moving back to the East Coast, and she's coming and selling off her crazy book and paper
Esoteric.
collection.
Shout out to Shane.
And
Esoteric
So that's
department
through
for-
Esoteric.
Yeah.
That's Shane. So
been
what's
helping
the
her.
that was so what's tell for because a lot of people listening to us don't know who any
I mean,
like-
she was in.
She's
Bong
kind
Water,
of she's like
she's been in a lot of films.
actress, artist, performance experiment.
artist.
Yeah.
and so she's just selling like her personal effects.
Yes.
Ephemera too, and like
Oh, wow.
like she has a lot of playbills from her old performances that she did in the '80s.
And she'll be signing stuff.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
that's
you're a
really
fan,
cool.
Yeah,
Super
she'll
rad.
be there signing stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing you posting it, but I didn't really dig too far into it. So, but it seemed like it could be a pretty fun dig.
Yeah, I think
it'll
and
be
have
cool.
some good stuff.
Yeah, and I have no idea what she's bringing,
wow.
so I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Another person I'm excited to have is Humanoids.
Oh yeah,
We have the old like French publishers, that Metal Hurlant and brought Mobius and
Oh wow.
Philip Droulet to America. They're going to be. In fact, I think they're launching something at the fair too. I think they're bringing. The word is, I think they're bringing something that's going to be available first at Analog Outlaw.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was saying
we have a couple of those things actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I was saying earlier, that's something that I noticed too. Like I felt like, now that it's become a like, okay, people can like expect it. It's like they can now plan to have a special release
Yeah.
for Analog Outlaw.
I mean,
Or-
to shout out Bibliomancers too. We're
yes, to shut up.
yeah. Let me. Yeah,
Well,
that
yeah, let
card.
me-
You
yeah.
show that card. It's in
Oh,
that bag.
okay.
This is our new book we're launching specifically at the fair.
The High Crimes
High
Cult
Crimes
Minds.
Cult Minds. This is our next collaboration we did with Brendan Donnelly. Desired Effects is launching a new zine. One of the last interviews with Genesis P.
Oh wow.
that's coming there. Crickets. Sammy Harcum is bringing
yeah.
Crickets, right?
Yeah,
There's one other person too.
Alex.
Oh yeah, Alex Hinge Books
Yeah.
is launching. He has some crazy zines. He's
So
His shit is
last
so
year
good.
I was so busy at the last one that I didn't really do a lot of shopping. I think I bought like a shoehorn from you. And then Alex made this incredible little zine from a woman that was really into New Age from some collection in Whittier. I grew up there, so there's like a little bit of a connection there.
Oh,
and there's
cool.
like a weird hippie.
He called it box of hippie shit.
Yeah, there was a box of hippie shit that he found and made this incredible little like fold out zine thing. It's really beautiful.
It was actually him and Douglas from Yoga Records who's going to be
He'll be
at
there
this
too.
one too.
Wow.
Yeah, and Douglas is bringing all New Age cassettes, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Old
Like
ones too,
old ones?
And
Yeah.
and then his reissues too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a mixture
Wow.
of.
Damn. I gotta.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
sounds-
There's
Stop
going to
at
be
the
so
ATM
much
before you
good
go.
stuff.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like we have to bring something really special now.
I always bring special stuff.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the like
Well, it's also, I mean, not to interrupt, but like it's great because I think this was the first time that you could actually put out your collection of like Checky and
that's what I was
and-
saying. Yeah, like Crystal said, like it's one of the few markets that like I could bring like my nude Polaroids to and like leave them out, and it's like it's no big deal. Like people that go to that show know what they're gonna see, you know. So even if they're like, I mean, you know, it's always weird if there's gonna be like kids and stuff, you know. But I mean, you know, if their parents are okay with it, you know, it's just see some,
Yeah, I mean, I think if
weird,
parents are
weird stuff.
taken to something called Analog Outlaw, they should,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
gotta understand that
Yeah.
there's stuff.
I'd like to practice a little bit more discretion this time, though. Like, you know, leave some things to the imagination, not just like leave,
Meh.
you know, just like pure.
I
smut
let
on
it
the
all
road
hang
tip.
out.
All right, all right. I tried.
So let me. So we're December 6th.
We have a few people coming from out of town too.
Oh yeah, who's coming from out of town this year?
we have an old buddy of mine, Chris Cassio from Texas.
Oh, I'm so excited about
He
him.
makes these crazy zines of like found crazy shit.
Austin,
Houston.
Houston, gotcha.
And then we have Tavis, who
Used to live here.
used to live here, and he was actually at the first book fair that I did with my publishing partner Eric, the Lethal Amounts. That was like the shadow fair to Print and Matter that Crystal and we had. Crystal was a vendor there, and that's where we kind of really connected. Tavis was at that one.
Yeah, that's cool because I think we were talking about I think that was like the first time that I met you in person, and then Ron was with us, and I remember we were like excited because you had all these
All
like
the slides,
all the porno
Yeah,
slides, and then I reconnected with Crystal there because you were selling a bunch of Howie Pyro's paperbacks, and then that led to a whole other story. But
Their whole
that was-
I just want to say, like, I think Howie is single-handedly keeping so many independent book dealers alive right now.
Yeah, no, like that whole, one thing when I was talking to James earlier, I forgot to bring up, or I was about to bring up, but, dealing with like, being involved in that collection, it really, I mean, I think like when you start dealing with collections, especially people that like passed away, like even going to estate sales, like, it kind of would like at first was like, I remember the first time I was like opening up someone's like drawer and they like still had the underwear in there, like some old, like it was like some old lady's underwear drawer. But I'm like, I'm like,
Bought it.
but I'm like, like this.
Can I get this dress or leave the underwear?
How'd you know?
So,
But it was like one of those things where I was like, yeah, like I couldn't even imagine like somebody just going through my stuff. I mean, I can, but it's like, it's just weird. And I'm like, but it also kind of made me think like, okay, how much stuff do I really need to keep? And how much stuff can I sell or can I do something with it? And, Howie was like, I never got to meet him in person, but I remember like we talked about this, like we sort of got to know him though through his stuff. But he just was like a master collector. I mean, he had to have everything of anything. Yeah. And it seems like he did like, I mean, I was even going through some of the stuff that I had got, like in the first couple times that I went to the warehouse, and I kept it just because I like that he kept it, but it's like, I have like a hall pass from his high school that he kept, and it's like I don't
He
know
threw
why,
nothing away.
but it must have had something, it must have been something that happened. Maybe it was like he smoked his first cigarette or something. I don't know, but
I don't even think a lot. I think like that is even giving it kind of too much weight.
just making a story.
I mean, he
about,
had like notebooks of drawings from when he was like.
Yeah, no, but it was it was cool because after like for those, it's a long story,
Yeah.
but then I ended up buying a lot, like pretty much all of the like books,
The dregs.
Yeah, but honestly, it wasn't really dregs. I mean,
Yeah.
there was some amazing stuff in there, but I remember at a certain point, it's like I had 3 months to get out of this space, and to kind of paint this picture. I mean, it was what like 2,000 square feet, maybe. Like, I mean, just filled with like stuff, like
and
books.
it was like 12-foot ceilings.
Yeah,
maybe,
and it was
just,
like
floor
all
to
the
ceiling.
and it's like we pulled a lot of stuff out. We had a really cool auction with a lot of the stuff. But then, I mean, I was selling stuff to a lot of the book dealers, and so, like it was kind of good because that stuff, like you said, it kept a lot of people in business. And
I mean, I imagine a lot of it will be at Analog this time.
I'm sure,
I'm sure. But I don't remember who it was, but another book dealer I follow who's like on the East Coast was like posting Howie stuff. And I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What a cool that I think is a cool legacy.
Well, the way
Poor books.
Yeah, a porn.
Well, the way that I looked at it too was like I was almost like it was kind of like a hard reset, like he like collected everything, and because like because he didn't have a plan for it. I mean, except for the fact that I did get to go to 96 Tears, which is I guess the bar that was opened after the fact.
Oh yeah,
right.
That I mean,
they got a bunch of his stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but have you been to it?
No.
Oh, it's so cool too, especially like from our involvement in it, because the way that they did it, it's a pretty small bar and it's very like it's done very well. And so there's these little like kind of shadow boxes with a couple of his like crazy paperbacks and then maybe something else, and it's like it's enough. Like you get the idea just by seeing a few things. Like you don't need to see like hundreds or thousands of things. Like even the the jacket that I had only heard about but got to see, but his like his jacket with all the pins all over it. They have that in this frame. And the other thing that was the funniest thing was I remember at the time I had been interacting with Chris Stein from Blondie, and I had mentioned that I was like in Howie Pyro's like collection, and he's like, you got to find the banana ashtray. Did you ever hear about that?
You
Yeah.
told me the story, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Howie had this ashtray that has the Warhol banana, and it's like, it was like the only, like, I think it was like kind of like this weird mystery, I think.
Yeah,
where,
there was a couple of mysteries, but the banana ashtray, and I'm sure you got a bunch of stuff that just says banana on it. Like anything that had a banana, like a magazine had a banana in it, he would write banana on the bag of the magazine.
Really?
So he knew that there was the banana in it.
Oh,
Or like I have magazines that'll say like Rolling Stones LP, and then you'll flip through it, and then it'll be like a porn magazine. It'll be like a photo, and then there's just a Rolling Stone LP in the bag, and you're like, "This is amazing."
You know who else?
It's
did that
all
was
cookie crumbs.
Joe Zanana does that.
Oh yeah.
With all of his porn magazines, he will page 47 like Rosebush or what I mean?
Like a rose bush, like flowers.
Or it'll have like or it'll have like Eames chair page 73.
No, it's interesting because
Alice Cooper 37. Yeah.
Well, you think about it too, like at a certain I mean, it's hard sometimes to think about it, but you think of a time before the internet or before where you could actually go somewhere and you could literally find out anything. So it's like, so if that was one thing I noticed about his collection. Like he'd have these magazines and you're like, why did he have this? And then you open it up and it had some like, or Orgy of the Dolls or something, it was like some horror article or something that was just like randomly in some magazine. And so he had to have it because he had to have like every reference of, whatever horror movie. The other, the one thing too that I really thought was cool, that, like after going through, was, you know, how early he was. You know, he was such a big part of the like VHS and like the early VHS trading community, like, you know, kind of finding these like impossible films. And, you know, and to me, that's just such a, you know, that's such a just cool time to think about when, like, you know, because I think I think I sort of missed that era. Like, I mean, I did order from magazines, but I feel like I'm still at that age where, you know, like I was 19, like when eBay came out.
Right.
So it wasn't like I was, you know, so, you know, like the generation before that, like, you know, like as far as like toys, like everyone was buying toys out of like a Toy Shop magazine. Right. You know, and same with like records and
the Monster Kid generation.
Yeah, the Monster Kid generation. Yeah. That's a cool way to say it. Yeah. Even though I do remember in high school I had this friend in 10th grade who ordered like a Megadeth like little chain, and he was going to his mailbox, like he lived right across the street. I remember he'd like run his mailbox every day after school, and it like never came. And then years later,
I don't know why that's so funny. It's so funny.
It is kind of funny. I don't know why, but it's kind of funny too, because like now how people like because I mean, if you anyone who deals and sells stuff online, like, you know, we all deal with like shipping issues and people who are impatient, or people who you know, I mean, the thing that I deal with a lot on eBay especially is like something will say delivered, and they're like, well, I didn't get it. And it's like, okay, well, like, check with your neighbor, check your bush, call your brother. Like, you know, I don't know.
I'm the
like,
last call you should be making.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, another reason to go to Analog Outlaw. Yeah. You buy it in person, you take it home, put it in your bag.
Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of quit selling online because I love the interaction. There's something about the in-person that is just so much cooler.
We talk about this constantly, is the community that's just being created around analog is something that I feel can expand out and become more of a social network outside of the internet. Like, it can live without using any
how do we get away from the internet?
Any social media at all. And we talk about bringing like mail order catalogs back and connecting to communities outside of Los Angeles through snail mail. Yeah. And then setting up almost like Fight Club, where it's like, oh, Analog Outlaw Mississippi next month.
No, I love it. I mean, just listening to that, I would love the idea of just like selling my, you know, photos only through mail order. You know,
what
I mean?
We should talk because I'd like to figure out how to make that work. And we have been, this kind of turned into a different thing. And like earlier this year, or maybe last year, I came across one of those Maximum Rock and Roll book your own fucking life.
Yeah,
do you remember these issues?
I do, yeah.
And I was like, oh, A, I forgot about this, and B, like, what a cool idea for us to build a directory of like every dealer, record shop, bookshop, like any kind of analog dealer. Like, let's make a list.
And the shows that you know
the
of.
shows.
Right. Yeah, so then people...
as in this coming year, we're going to start collecting information. We're calling it Busy Town.
Great shout out versus Scary.
Yeah. Well, we were like throwing around all these other names, and, you know, we were kind of like, well, where does it end? Like, who do we include? Who do we not include? And I was like, I think it was me. I was like, we include anybody that would work in Richard Scarry's Busy Town.
Yeah. I like that.
So we will send everybody a link to the Google Doc.
No, I really, you know, I was having a conversation, you know, I think I was telling you guys that I just got back from Designer Con. Like we both were there, and you know, I was having a conversation with, you know, someone that was my, you know, I'm 46, so this guy was 47, and we kind of went a similar path, and you know, we were talking about like, you know, when we both were in Orlando, but I was more in the punk scene and he was more like in the rave electronic scene, but we were just like talking about like, you know, how you had to do stuff back then. And, you know, I said to him, I was like, I kind of feel like there's almost it's like 20 years later, I feel like people are kind of like going back to that, like you said, like book, like the book your own fucking life, where it was just like, here's a book if you're a band and you want to go on tour, and this is how you do it. And I mean, even for me, I mean, that sounds like an awesome, because like I lost my Instagram like a month ago that I had for like 15 years, and it sucked at first, but then I was like, you know what? Like maybe it's for the better. Because like it's like Instagram is kind of dead. It doesn't really work like how we liked how it worked in the beginning, And there's something to be said for it, but I just think that stuff that not everything has to exist on the internet.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
And I think just the way things are going, it's like it's like you said, just even people being on the internet all day, like even for me being at DCon last weekend, like I didn't really check my phone. I didn't like check the news. I didn't listen to any podcasts. It was like I was just like in the moment, like talking to other cool artists and meeting like fans of the brand or meeting other people, and like it was just like, I don't know, it just felt like so much more fulfilling. And
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I mean, and like what we were talking about earlier, like you're from Florida, I'm from here, he's from Houston, and like we all knew you. We both knew you outside of this, like at different points. Like all weirdos know each other or meet each other. And I just think having like a map almost of like you're in Arkansas, here are all the other weirdos in Arkansas.
Right.
Like, we're basically giving you like cookie crumbs. And I think like that's how cool to have that.
Yeah. And then you never know, maybe somebody's one day is going to say, hey, I want to do an Analog Outlaw in Chicago. I want to do an Analog Outlaw in Houston.
I would love that.
Which I think, like, to me, that's where I could see this going for sure.
We would love to travel.
Yeah, so if anyone's listening, and you
we had Shunsuke from Japanese Avant-Garde Books come last show.
Yeah.
And he's coming back for our show next year.
Our spring show.
He's bringing his wife
nice.
too. We're working on doing also shout out to Mutz Gallery, who's also launching a book at Analog Outlaw.
There's a lot of stuff being launched.
They were working on getting a show with his wife there at that's Devo Dude's Mark Mothersbaugh's gallery. But we had talked to Shunsuke about bringing Analog to Japan.
Yeah.
And so he was like, that's something that him and I talk about all the time.
What's funny is we should talk, but like I was planning to do something in Japan next year that was kind of like thinking of Analog, because so I did something 2 years ago because Mishka had put out Johnny Ryan's Prison Pit in Japanese. So the idea before COVID was like every year we were going to put out like a new version, and it was going to be an excuse to go to Japan and have a little show. And so the first thing we did at my store, which doesn't exist anymore, and then 2 years ago we did it at this little spot in Koenji with my friend Sean, who's
I know Sean.
Japanese
book hunter.
Book hunter, sorry. And it's like, so we had kind of done this like mixture of a show where he had some manga artists and but then we also had toys. And this time I was like, I'd rather just do something that's just more like, like books and art. Mm-hmm. So, we were talking about like, doing something where, potentially like maybe try to get like, cause now we're going to kind of we decided just to do an omnibus of the Prison Pit. So we're just going to do a full Prison Pit. Like, I think it's 7 parts all in Japanese. I mean, there's not like a whole ton to translate, but
I was gonna say.
I mean, there's still,
easy job.
But like we talked about it, and so I was like, like our kind of idea was like, do you know that there's that store Taco Che?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
legendary.
So we were thinking like, and I mean, we just had this conversation the other day, but it's like, okay, what if we did like an opening at at Takashe with Prison Pit, right?
Yeah.
And you know that, but it's such. I mean, it's
Well, wait, doesn't Sean have a shop? No?
well. The thing was, I was just trying to think of something cool to do. So it was like maybe like day one, because you know that store is like as big as this office, kind of. So you can't really do too much. Where you know it's in Nakano Broadway, which is just a really cool place. But then it was like, why don't we try to do that? And then day two, we'd either do a little thing in his office, or you know, we rent. There's like these little like spaces that like you can rent, and they're like super cheap. And you know, it's like, let's have like a couple manga artists. Like I'll bring more. You know, we'll do Johnny's book, but then I can also like come as Greg's Funshop and bring some more stuff,
Right.
and then you know, like maybe ask Shinsuke or whoever, you know, like to do it. But I don't know. We should talk, because it's like I think that you know, I mean, that was something I was thinking of, and I mean, if we could like do it as an Analog Outlaw thing, I mean, it doesn't have to be a big thing,
Yeah.
but it could just be like a start, because you know, I think. You know, I think especially right now in Japan, I think there's a lot of people that are kind of into this, you know, this type of, you know, material and this scene, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Do you know the Substance guys? They used to have it was the LA Substance here.
Oh, I think
It was like a streetwear.
it sounds familiar.
we-
I'm thinking of the movie, I think.
Oh no! they're another one that we were gonna planning like a Bibliomancers event there, but that could be another potential like overlap.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
There's
just
a lot
something
of-
we should like. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something. But I definitely think that, you know, it's cool, because I think more, you know, I don't know. I just think this is kind of the.
I mean, we're everywhere, and the idea that we could go somewhere and take our bullshit and go, you
and
know,
find the
and
people
find
in
other
the area
people.
that
Yeah,
also
like,
are.
hey, we're bringing the circus to town. Come and get under
Yeah.
the tent. Like,
we talk about this all the time
Yeah.
too, like the old time tent revival. You know,
you
like,
talk about this. I don't talk
Why
about
not?
the tent revival.
I do like that.
Yeah. But just like, we're coming and we're bringing the tent, and like, if you want to post up in the tent, come. Like,
Yeah.
because it's like, I can't go to Philadelphia or some, you know, like I can't go to Pittsburgh and be like, I'm going to curate a show here, because like I'm not tapped in there.
Right.
So the idea that we're going to come, like, well, then show us what you've got. Like, show us who you are. Like, I would like for us to go somewhere and have everyone that is in that community, like, come out and like get in the tent.
Yeah, and I think, you know, like we were talking about, like, you know, I think once it's kind of like we were talking about like the postcard show,
Yeah.
right? Like if you've never been to it, and you know, we've talked about this before, like, because I do, you know, there's one in Arcadia that I do 3 times a year.
Oh, that thing is so wild.
Yeah, it's so wild because, you know, it's a lot of old school dealers, but, you know, there's been a lot more younger people coming through. And I remember at first I was just telling people, I was like, look, just like I was telling all my creative friends, I'm like, look, these places have like the best reference, you know, because there's just like tons of magazines, tons of postcards, tons of things that and they're not expensive. And I think that's another important thing is like not everything has to be like expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's important that, you know, yeah, there are things that are just like in any hobby or collecting realm, you know, you're going to have things that are just, okay, it's a first edition or it's signed or it's, you know, it's one of 20 copies. So, you know, it's going to be expensive, but then, you know, but just, you know, being able to buy like some of your books. I mean, dude, the stuff you put together like blows me away.
Oh, thanks,
I
man.
mean,
that
it's
means a
just-
lot.
No, it's
Hard to blow you away, so I'm.
I don't know if it's that hard, man. But I don't know. No, like honestly though, and I'm sure you guys could say like this too. Like as much as I think that I've seen, like I'm always seeing new shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's so much stuff out there,
Endless.
and it's endless.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just like I don't know. Like fortunately, we're out there like digging it up and looking
Yeah.
for it. So I don't know. What do you think, Ronnie?
I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. Is the easiest thing. No, I'm looking forward to the future of the show, and I mean, obviously with Bon Mi, it's only getting better, right?
Yeah, there's
So-
there's gonna be Bon Mi. There's gonna be Eddie's back serving coffee.
Wonderful.
which is great.
Yeah, I
Keep
think
everybody charged.
I definitely like the idea like of having a show where you can have where it's like you can kind of like food, coffee. It's like and then they open the bar too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you do
Oh, yeah,
wanna,
there's a
if
full
you
bar.
do want to drink, you can drink.
And one thing about the show that's always been interesting to me is the people that come, because it's like I probably have nothing in common with any of the people that are there except for the fact that we're into this one little like weird stuff that we kind of collect or whatever.
That's the thing. Like that's the uniter. Like I feel like all four of us maybe don't have that much in common in our day to day, but
Right.
like there's this weird thing that
Yeah.
this
Like a
thing
woof woof
unites
doll.
us all. Yeah. I think that's the common ground.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that that's always a weird. It's always in my mind. When I see the people there, like why am I at the show with these?
Well,
it's like why are we all?
All
at the
the
same
I feel
show?
like a lot of hotties shop at the Analog Outlaw.
I'm so glad you
yeah?
said that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's how I feel about
that's
it,
what
too.
Ron was trying to get to.
There's a
it a
lot of
hottie show?
I think it's a hottie show.
Oh shit!
It-
We made a
it-
hot
it is.
show.
Yeah.
Dude,
It is, and I had mentioned it to Greg. I was like, "Oh man, it's in December. It's not the same as the summertime when they come and they're I don't want to say
Sexy
scantily
summer
clad.
clothes, yeah.
Exactly, that's what
I don't know.
it is.
It is a pretty hot winter here
Yeah.
though. So
I think it's
absolutely
going to
right.
be like 76 that day. So
it could be.
All right, yeah, looking for.
No, but it's true. It definitely.
It is a hottie show.
No, it is. It
It
attracts
is.
a really cool crowd of people.
I mean, I
and-
also think like book people are perverts.
there are. Well, you
In
know
the
what?
best sense. of the
Oh,
word
I
of
mean
him.
that in
You
like
mean
the
that in
most
best-
endearing
I need that on a
Yes.
bumper sticker.
Book people are perverts. It's true.
But look, I was thinking in the sense that like I think when you sort of, however you kind of, to me it's like this is also it's counterculture, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so I think people that get involved wherever they get involved, I think it's always like like Goobo Gobble one of us, right? Like it's like you kind of all like
Yeah.
realize like we're
Right.
just all freaks, and it's cool because like like you said, it might not even be like we might not interact in our daily lives, but like you find common ground, and you also don't have to feel like you're not having to explain to somebody. Like we were talking about one of Johnny Ryan's drawings that was based on a historical thing, and it's like having to like it's nice not having to have to explain people like why are you selling this, like
Yeah.
and it's like it's like you want people that come understand. It's like
Right.
you're not necessarily selling something because it's like what you like. It's not you're not putting out a book about cults because like you're in a cult and you're trying to push your cult. It's like you're
Actually,
maybe that's what you're doing, but
Well, we've come here today to talk to you.
have you heard the good word?
yeah, I've heard a few. But you know what I mean. It's just like
Yeah.
you kind of like it's good to it's like you're almost like it's really like a safe space. No, it is. It's
Yeah, I
true.
just think it's funny, yeah.
It is funny, but it's
Yeah.
more of like because I mean, it's the reality, right? Like we're at the age where it's like like I was thinking about it. Like I was like if I was woke, it was just because like how I was raised. Like I was like in getting into punk rock or whatever. Like you don't like it just changes your whole like way that you look at life, and so it's like you just automatically are like accepting of other people and other like things. It's not like this thing where you have to like prove that you're virtuous.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm kind of like going off topic, but I think it's like it's a place where you can go and you can look at stuff and you can be into stuff and you don't have
I'm
to
glad that
question.
you feel safe at the Analog Outlaw. I'm glad that you feel safe and seen.
Well, I'm fine anywhere. I'm talking about some other people.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
or just or even Ron being able to sell his like nudie Polaroids and not have to worry that someone's going to be offended.
Yeah, I can sell
You know.
my pregnant porn at the Analog Outlaw and no one says anything. It's great.
Find your pregnant porn at the Analog Outlaw, December 6th.
All those mommy milkers.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a category that I haven't got into yet.
Check her booth out.
I got some stuff to show you.
Do you have any? Do you have any diaper magazines?
No, I actually have a customer for that, and all my diaper stuff goes to that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
They
might,
get first dibs.
I might have stuff to sell you then.
Okay. I got a buyer for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the other good thing too is, I think like it's good to also, meet other dealers because it's like we all kind of, find different things. And, I mean, I sell a little bit of everything, but, sometimes it's like, I want to focus more or, I don't know.
Yeah, the dealer thing I think is so interesting. Like, and watching your episode with Terry, I was like, oh, there's so much to learn from him. And also, in order to, I think, be a good or successful dealer, like, he was a great example of, like, he doesn't only know about the stuff that he sells. He knows about all these other things to give the stuff he sells context in order for him to understand and sell it and to, like, broaden what he sells. I mean, like, that you're a great example of that. Like, you know a lot about a lot of things, which makes you really good at what you do.
Thank you.
And so I think, like, all of us in one room have so much crazy, weird knowledge to share with each other. Like, I hit you up recently because, like, I didn't know how to price something. And I'm like, oh, Greg will know how to price this. And I just think, like, having each other as resources for stuff only kind of, like, makes it so much stronger and more interesting.
I mean, the thing I think about a lot, too, is how this community is one step removed from all the institutes and the art in like the library and the archivists and like how you were saying that collection got sold to the
I think it was like Schaumburg or one of those places.
So we're the ones like in the muck, like finding the gems,
right?
That then the institutes are like, oh, I'll buy that. I want this. This is a priceless archive. We need this. So we are like the field experts. We're like the fucking archaeologists digging all this shit up.
It's true. I mean, it's a like I'm excited to go there because I mean that's sort of like I like that, I like dealing. I think it's like kind of a secret that you learn like once you become a dealer. It's like the best part about being a dealer is like sometimes you get to like
hang out with other dealers.
Well, and you get to see the stuff first.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so a lot of times, it's like for me, I mean, it's kind of hard because I'm trying to teach myself how to like make money because it's like I do shit and I don't think about the money aspect sometimes.
Sure.
But one thing that I always realize about shows is like sometimes like I try to bring the best stuff to sell, but a lot of times it's the stuff that I buy or it's even just the relationship that I make.
Yeah.
Where it's like someone might see something and I can't recall if there's anyone, but I mean, there have been shows where, I've met somebody and then like, even like Brendan Donnelly, like I remember I set up at a show and there was this book that I had and, he didn't buy it then, but then he hit me up like a week later and was like, I've just been thinking about that book, you know? And so I think there's, the other thing I like to talk, it's also awesome that there's so, this reminds me of like, when I first started going to like the printed matter book fairs and you were like, oh, I got to go get this scene and I got to go get this scene.
Yeah.
And, I feel like now like this last show, there was obviously a lot of talented people, but like, it was almost like there was so much stuff and it was so spread out. Like you kind of,
it's a sprawl.
Yeah. And you didn't really know like what was like new, but I felt like there was a point where it was like kind of if you were into it, like you sort of knew everything that was kind of going on.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I guess that's the difference of having like a smaller, more intimate show and a bigger show. But, I don't know. I like that there's going to be a lot of stuff that people can get that is affordable and is also just going to like blow their mind just from like the images or, the archive or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, what do you think, Ronnie?
I don't know. I kind of zoned out. I was looking at production stuff, so I got to be honest.
Well, there's this thing.
I kind of checked out.
Like Ron's friends that watch the show, like there was always this thing that like he doesn't like talk enough sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there were. I mean, just to talk about the show. Had a little bit of a hiccups there here and there.
So you were just
I was just making sure everything's
yeah.
But I was kind of listening to what
Is
you're
anybody
saying.
is anybody watching?
No.
No. Well, I mean, there might be people watching, but nobody asked a question. There's a couple people.
Yeah, no,
you get live questions?
Sometimes, I mean, that's the goal. Is like we're trying to get people. to watch
there's
it
a
live.
chat, but it's like you really got to have the numbers to have a lively chat.
Yeah.
Have anything engaging in there. So it's mostly the replays, and I think a lot of our listeners like are on Spotify or it's just audio only.
Oh, yeah.
So they a lot of people
Yeah, I think we just like going live because
it's good practice.
It's good practice. Plus, it's like it's really easy to get it up.
I have that effect on men.
But it's like basically like the next day it's like kind of live, and we don't really have to do too much because everything's sort of like
you can't hem and haw over production because you're like it's done, it's out.
Right.
Would y'all ever want to do a live from Analog Outlaw episode?
I think we need numbers first, it's like I look at it as if we did a live for an Analog Outlaw, it'd be us trying to attract people like, hey, we're doing this thing.
Oh,
check
like
us out.
it would be like man on the scene.
Yeah,
I think it would be sick.
I mean, rather than
you walk around and like
with this
people.
with this big red microphone.
Oh my gosh!
You get all the hottie. You can interview all the hotties.
Or if you turned this into a microphone. I want to talk to this thing.
Yeah,
I want to talk to this thing so badly.
Freddie the insult dog.
If it was like if it was like Freddie. If it was like a vlogging thing where we recorded material and then edited it later, I can picture that. But like from a live aspect, I don't.
What if we've got
not yet,
kids
at least, but we could
that looked just like both of you and let them go out into Analog Outlaw?
Two hot chicks.
Like the female versions of you,
Yeah.
and we'll draw like tattoos on her, and there'll be a blonde one.
Hey, if you want to spend your time doing that, go ahead. we'll do our best to support. No, but like we have been talking about trying to do more type of vlog type stuff, but the reality is like this is just something that you know how it is. It's like if you learn anything about being a creative or an artist, it's like sometimes you just got to do shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't it's like
always.
you could talk about it. So with this, it was like, like I was telling you at lunch was like, when I talked to Ron about doing it, it's like, I was like, dude, like I need your help. And he's like, look, I'm down to do it, but like, it's got to look and sound good, And so, and I think we do a pretty good job of that.
Pro.
I mean, we've talked about doing having an Analog Outlaw podcast.
Yeah,
but I don't think either one of us are very good with technology.
Yeah, I mean it is
I'm
pretty.
not really
well, then I can talk to you guys about that. I mean, I could totally I could produce a podcast at this point, and just not even talk and just record and do for you guys.
I think an Analog Outlaw podcast would be sick.
Yeah,
having
to
y'all
like interview,
like
that. I mean, that was like the thing with Terry's. I mean, I keep talking about this, but his episode, I think, is just like, who else is going to talk to him on camera for that long? Like, no, and I don't mean it that way, but I think it's so easy to dismiss someone.
No, and that's sort of like what I want to do. Like I want to, like I think next month, we're gonna have Jim. I don't know his last. Jim from that does the Glendale All American show.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right.
And like even just like some of our other dealer friends like we've talked to, because I just think like the wealth of information that you can like learn from these people. Like I was telling someone today, like we had Ed Culver on, who the punk photographer, and towards the end of the interview, he was like, he just casually mentioned that like one summer he worked at Mattel, and we were like, what? And he was like putting together like Hot Wheel cars and stuff, and we were like, what the, and it's like it was such a weird thing because I was like, oh man, like that's to me I was like, damn, like you probably like he was just like, I was just sweeping up like Hot Wheels on the floor, and I was like telling him, I was like, yeah, dude, like some prototype just sold for like $100,000 or something, so. It just, even as like a toy nerd, it's just like, oh my God, that's just such a cool, thing. But it's like for me, like I like just talking and like learning more about people and giving people like an opportunity. Obviously, like the goal is to get, more viewers, more people, but just even to sit down and like get a chance to talk about, and like, it's like, I'm even just more excited for the show than I was.
Oh,
That's
hell
just
After
yeah.
talking to
That's
you guys,
great.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And especially just like I'm really, it's really been cool to see the show progress, and I think this is going to be I think it's going to be a good show. I think it's going to be a good turnout, and
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel, I mean, back to like kind of where this started, like, I definitely feel like we're starting to like catch a rhythm.
yeah.
And that feels really good.
Like,
and
it
just
feels
like
natural to
even with
do
us together,
2
like, yeah.
a year.
Yeah. It feels
Well, it's cool, and it's cool too because
Seasonal.
it's cool that you guys are here now. Like I said, just because I feel like we all sort of also met around the same time.
yeah.
You know, and so we're all kind of like, you know, being able to come back together, and like now we all have a little, you know, we have, you know, you guys have 2 shows under your belt. Like, you know, you've put out some incredible books with Bibliomancers. Like, you know, you have the biggest selection of pregnant porn.
And the big- yeah,
in
that's
LA.
true. That's probably true.
What I guess what's the so we talked about the new book you're putting out, right? The high crimes and cult minds.
Yeah.
And then is there anything that you have that you're excited? Did you get any new collections or
No,
any?
I've been kind of hibernating this. I've been kind of doing a lot of other stuff, but I've started quilting this year.
Okay.
So I've been quilting, and not really doing a lot of Nooner stuff. But I think next year that will change a little bit.
So no sexy quilts.
Well, I actually would like to sell a lot of Nooners if there's any buyers out there. I'd like to sell a big chunk of it and kind of like transition into something a little
Oh.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like an offer just went out.
Yeah. If anyone wants to contact
If
me
anyone
about
wants
buying
to
Nooners.
buy Nooners.
Not all of it, but or if they wanted to buy all of it. But yeah, I
Come
think
down to the show, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, if you want to deal in erotica,
Dude.
smut.
Okay, what if someone just rolls up, gives you the money, and then you walk away from your table and they sit behind your table?
Dude, that
Sounds
you know,
like a dream come
That's-
true.
I don't know.
There you
I don't know
go.
if you know this,
Done.
but that's been like that's kind of been this like new trend in like the
Yeah.
sneaker world,
And
Oh, really?
toys also.
in toy world, where
Yeah.
like you know
Like
there's
a
like
turnkey kind of thing?
yeah, well there's this whole, there's
That's
this
so
thing now
crazy.
where people like I mean I haven't really seen it in the toy stuff, but I guess
I
it's
have.
true.
Yeah,
but yeah, but
geeking out.
you'll see geeking. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'll see it like on the like the sneaker scenes as where someone will come up and just be like, "How much for everything?"
Yeah.
Oh,
And you'll
shit.
see
I have a
them-
number.
You'll see them.
So-
Yeah. So I
and
mean,
they
look.
just buy out everything.
Yeah, they just buy out the whole thing and
Like
you know,
hand over keys to my storage and just be
yeah, whatever. Yeah, like I mean, look, I
Wow.
mean, that's it's
Turning
good
a
to
new
know.
leaf.
It's there are people out there.
You have a physical storefront? Is that what it is?
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay,
I
okay,
just have a
alright.
storage, but I work
Okay,
at a bookstore.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure we could
I have
throw
a
it
day
out
job.
in the shout out. No, I get you. I just wanted to make sure.
No.
Yeah.
I exist only in my. I used to have a website that I took down because having a website is a pain in the
Yeah.
ass, and like because I'm an adult seller, I'm considered to be high risk. And there was a lot of red tape with that, and
Right.
the percentage they take is super high. It's the overhead on that was not worth the juice was not worth the squeeze.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Well, anything else you guys want to mention about the show? Or it's been an hour. That kind of went.
Oh,
really-
yeah?
that
Oh,
went
wow,
really
that was
fast.
Went by quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rad. Thanks
No,
for
I'm.
having us
Yeah, thanks for
on.
having us. This was great.
Yeah, no, it was awesome to have you guys. I'm super excited. December 6th at
2220.
2220 Art and Archives. We're
Which
go-
shout out to
12.
them. I think they're great. I love that being our home.
No, it's a really cool space, and it's clean.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nice. It's
Yeah.
2 rooms.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so 2 rooms. There's the arts and archive room. There's a theater room and the bar. There will be vendors in all 3
Yeah.
rooms. There's
Oh, okay.
an outside
Yeah.
smoking patio. There will be food. There will be coffee, and there will be a full bar.
And it's free entry.
It's free
100%
entry
free.
yeah,
and always free.
awesome.
I think we'll keep it always free,
And there'll be hotties.
and there'll be lots of hotties.
And we'll be set up.
Yeah,
The
so
fun
hotties.
shop.
We will be there,
The
yeah.
Greg's
Oh,
Fun
yeah.
Shop and the
we
fun.
should
Shop will be
say
there.
too, like for the vendors listening, we're not doing a seating chart this time around.
Ah.
First come,
So
first
first
serve.
come,
Yeah,
first serve.
so get there and get your spot.
So when can dealers?
We'll talk about this off
We'll
air.
talk about this off here. Okay.
Alright.
I don't want
that sounds
everybody to
like-
know our.
Yeah, that
you don't
sounds
want
like
to know
a.
the ins and outs.
Well, thank you
Should we
both.
any drama we want to talk about?
No. We'll save that
You
for
want
the.
gossip?
No gossip.
Yeah, no gossip.
Okay.
But yeah, it will be a good show, and
Yeah, super looking forward.
it's going to be
gonna
fun.
Great
and
Saturday.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna be
so
awesome.
excited.
Yeah,
it's gonna
me
be
too.
so much fun.
Heck yeah.
And I
Right.
hope everybody makes so many dollars.
I hope
Yeah,
so
make the
too.
money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
I'll probably spend more than I'll make, but that's just my MO.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
Yeah,
see,
We'll
though.
see.
But I'm going to stay positive.
Always.
Always.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Well,
you
thank you
guys
guys.
so much for
It's awesome.
stopping
Thank
by. Anything else to wrap it up, Greg?
No,
or
we'll
pretty
just
much it?
yeah, we'll see everybody. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving, gobble gobble. Don't eat too many carbs.
Don't eat too much tofurkey.
And yeah, I guess like, subscribe, comment as always.
And we'll be here next week.
Yeah.
And probably just be us. We'll be talking about whatever
Yeah.
is happening.
All right,
And,
yeah, give them the recap.
Like, subscribe, smash the like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think about the show.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.